What's up? Of course, it's me, your boy Richie Vich at Consumer Appliance Support. Man, you already know we review appliances. Today, we're going to focus on an LG front load wash machine. This portion of the video, we're going to talk about the functions and the features. Man, you already know from watching all our videos, man, as we review appliances, this is one of my favorite parts of the appliance because we actually dive into the appliance to find out the operations of it and what can it do, all the functions, all the features, all the bells and whistles, and we're going to describe that in this video. All right, so let's let this joint rock for a little bit, man. Let this thing go. Again, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. So when we look at this front load built-in LG wash machine, couple things that you can look at just from first observation. You see that it says a ThinQ. It means it's a smart built-in intelligence. You also have the AI technology wash, and you got different options and cycles that you can choose from. 18 loads with one easy fill. So typically that means that it has a smart dispenser. You have a 10-year warranty on inverter drive motor, so that's something that we're going to talk about as well. You got your soap dispenser, certified for asthma and allergens. So this is a good appliance that you can use if you have issues with allergies and stuff like that. So this can help you get rid of a lot of the stuff dealing with allergies. And then it says simply brilliant. We talked about the AI technology and stuff like that, digital dial control, LCD display, again the graphite steel that it's in, so you have just a couple buttons to be able to operate it, the dial in the middle, then you have your power and your start button. So we're going to get into all that so that you'll be able to see it, know how it operates. So I just wanted to stop there for a second so that this video could keep rolling. All right, so it says power clean, big loads in under 30 minutes. All right, so 5 powerful jet surround close from multiple angles. All right, so you can see it in the video. You're going to also see it in the video that we present as well, and we've created so that you'll be able to see what this actually does with the 5 powerful jets that surround your clothes and from different angles. All right, so here we go. Inside of the machine, the ESDDI checks the laundry weight 2.0. So a lot of times before you start your machine, it senses the load inside of the machine. I think a lot of us should be somewhat familiar with that at this moment. Understanding when we purchase new appliances, it doesn't start up right away. It doesn't fill up with water right away. It does a lot of sensing before it actually starts. Again, your machine is smart enough to detect from the sensor inside of the machine and the control board to be able to communicate with each other to let each other know, like, hey, this is the weight size inside of the machine, and you'll be able to go through the regular processes of this machine depending on the laundry weight. All right, the heavier it is, the machine got to determine that, and then of course starts the cycle. All right, so a couple things there. Also detects the fabric type. So this is inside the tub, right? This is a nice size tub. Really always like the LG front load washing machines, man. They're really good. They're built pretty well. I know there's a stigma about LG products out there, but to be honest with you, from a guy that work on their product, their product is not that difficult to work on once you understand it. It's simple, and at the same time, it lasts a long time. All right, so we really like them. So we're gonna let that rock for a second before we go into the owner's manual. You do have your door boot seal or your gasket. Right, you got water, you got light. Let me go back to that a little bit. Hopefully you can see that right in there. Right, you can see that you have your light right about here. All right, so that's inside the machine where you'll be able to turn on the light. All right, so you got your soil and your laundry is detected, right? Soil level sensor. So this is what we're talking about. This is something different, not the weight, but the actual soil. So how dirty it is. So if you're using a lot of these sensing cycles, that is this soil level sensor. So that can detect how much soil is in the water, how dirty your clothes are. It also have sensors in it that detects if your washing machine needs to be cleaned as well. All right, so like I said, with these new machines, they are so smart, man. So they have a lot of sensors inside of it, just like anything else in our cars, different appliances, anything that's mechanical. So it's a lot of sensing or sensors is being implemented in a lot of these things that we're using so it can be better off for us according to the way that they think and do things. All right, the optimal cycle is set. All right, so that's what we have there. Let me go back because I really want to go into the different cycles. I don't want this video to go too far in without going into the owner's manual, because that is the key component to really dissect this appliance, so we'll know what to get into. So let's get into this. It says the digital dial cycle and the fabric care guide. It says go from start to finish with one quick turn, or choose from more than 20 wash and dry cycles for total laundry control. What's on the dial? All right, so this is basically how the middle dial looks. The AI wash optimized cycles based on contents of laundry. All right, you have your symbol, which is your door lock indicator when you see that highlighted, your Wi-Fi indicator, your remote start indicator. So this is a smart appliance when you're talking about remote start. Control lock indicator, and of course you have your previous screen button and your select button. All right, so this is basically how all the symbols look. We suggest that you get familiar with the symbols and understand what it is, what they mean, so that you'll be able to use the machine properly. All right, it says get a fast start by choosing one of the preloaded wash and dry cycles. All right, it says wash machines. You have normal, AI wash, where it says optimized cycle based on contents of laundry. All right, you have your bulky items, pillows, blankets, comforters. So these are the cycles that you use as far as the bedding when you put in a comforter in it. You still want to be careful, right? Even though it says it can use the comforter, the biggest issues with comforters is the weight inside of the machine when the comforter is drenched in water. It changes things. It makes it more heavier. It makes the machine at times can operate a lot slower. The spin cycle is not as fast depending on the weight and how big the comforters are and how much they absorb a lot of the water. So these are the things that you got to consider. Even though it says that you can use it, you still want to consider the weight. Blankets could be heavy. Pillows, depending on how many pillows is in there, can absorb a lot of the water, makes it heavy. Your machine make loud noises. Your machine starts to move. You're starting to hear it if it's upstairs on the 3rd floor and you're in there in your living room watching TV. Like sometimes it can make the noise depending on the weight. Yes, the machine is smart enough to try to detect it, try to help you, try to even help the machine not to overwork or damage anything. But at the same time, when you do that, it can still be a problem. So these are the things that you want to consider. Delicates, we're talking about laundry, shear, or easily damaged fabrics. Towels, includes high-speed spin to remove excess water. All right, use towels with towels. And one of the things that we always recommend, as including in the owner's manual, you got to be specific with the laundry, the clothes that you're using as far as the fabric in comparison to the wash cycle that you're using. All right, so for example, towels, use towels with towels. Right? If it says towels and you have towels, please just wash only towels in that setting. Don't mix anything else with it. Again, it throws your machine, it could throw the machine off. Again, different fabrics weighs different weight when there's water in it. Your machine is smart enough to detect these things with the sensors, but at the same time, they're still a machine. All right. Quick wash, lightly soiled clothing or small loads. Heavy duty, it says heavily soiled laundry, especially cotton fabrics. Allergen, it says reduce certain allergens using heat and steam. All right, so this is where your machine is really trying to help with a lot of the allergies that we pick up on our clothes, and when it's season change and all these pollens that's outside. This is what it used, the heat and the steam, to reduce that. Permanent press, it says minimize wrinkles in wrinkle-free fabrics. All right, it says tub clean, designed to clean the inside of the washer. This is very important to use the cycle every 30 loads. You want to make sure you use that. Again, your machine is smart enough to let you know. Typically on your LG unit, it would say TCL, right? So as soon as you turn on the machine, it say TCL. It's telling you tub clean, right? Because the sensor is sensing that the soil is dirty on the inside of the machine and you need to clean it. But before you get to that, I suggest just starting to develop this habit every 30 loads, which means every month. Get your wash machine cleaner. Some of them, sometimes you can just use bleach inside of the machine to clean your wash machine. Whatever is recommended by the owner's manual, we suggest do so. All right. It says quickly and easily customize your laundry with special cycles for a wide range of load types. All right, bright whites, sanitary, rinse and spin, All right, rinse and spin is a rinse and spin cycle. So if you feel as though your clothes is not spinning out properly, or you needed a little bit more water, wants to be rinsed a little bit more, I suggest using that setting. All right, you have a spin only cycle. What it does is just spins and the clothes out, drains and spin with no wash or rinse. All right, it's self-explanatory. A good cycle to use. If you feel as though whatever you put in there is not spun out properly, you can use this setting. You can use this cycle. It could just be, like I stated before, with the comforter. If your comforter is too heavy and too big, then yes, that will cause your washing machine not to spin out properly, and then your clothes will still be wet. That could be the issue. Now, if you're having that issue with everything else, where it's not spinning everything else out, and you're balancing everything and everything is loaded properly, then yes, you probably would need some type of you probably would need a technician to come out. But prior to that, I will go to the spin only cycle just to see if that works. If that works, then you might gonna have to do that with the heavier loads in comparison to your normal size loads. Hand/wool, shrinking wool or hand washable items. Activewear, again, a lot of us like going to the gym. Some of our kids might even have activities after school. They play sports. This is what this is for. All right, activewear, special and treated fabrics for sports or outerwear. Swimwear, that's different. Gentle removes chlorine or salt from swimwear. All right, so this is an added option on other available cycles. All right, it says kids wear. It says high temperature or heavily soiled items. So now you're getting specific with these appliances depending on the fabric, depending on what is it that you're doing. Again, some of the times with kids, if you got babies, you want their stuff to be highly sanitized. You want the water to be a lot hotter. You want it to be steamed, and all these different options you can use from, because it's going to benefit you. All right, so that's really good. Dresses, man, they slightly soiled, delicate dresses. Color care, it says help keeps color from fading. Sweat stains, help remove sweat stains and odors. Small load, a number of normally spoiled items. And large load, it says washer is approximately half full. Extra large load, it says washer is very full. Then you have overnight, and that's a star. It says indicate a bonus cycle can download using the ThinQ app on the smartphone. It says help reduce spin noise and wrinkling. All right, so just a different cycle, different options that you can choose from there. All right, so it says get laundry day dial in. It's easy. So now you're able to see, again, the power button being number one. That's how you turn on the machine, of course. Number two, turn the dial. It says to rotate the dial to choose from 10 preloaded cycles or touch options to edit. You also have your start. It says press start to begin the selected cycle. Then of course you have your temperature, your spin, your soil. So you can adjust these settings depending on the cycle. Some of these cycles are already preset for some of these appliances, for these cycles, and you cannot change them. But you also have different options that you can choose from. You can select the water temperature. You can select the speed and how fast you want it to spin out. You can select the soil level depending on how dirty the clothes are. You have the steam options. You have extra rinse. You have delay start. You have a fresh care. So you got everything. When we're talking about wash machines on this level, it's not really much you cannot do with these appliances. Like, you can really go out here and get your clothes washed and clean and have so many options. And I know most customers don't even use all these options because you just want to really wash your clothes. But sometimes when you go out and you treat yourself, you buy an appliance that is fully loaded, I suggest try to use it. At least get familiar with it. You already spend your money for it. Try to use it and see how it works, to see how that would help you. All right. Cycle customize. It says completely customize your cycle. Modify any cycle by using the touch panel to change the settings like temperature, spin speed, and soil level to your liking. Same thing I said. You can delay start of a load, even add options like an extra rinse. Delay start, whatever. You can start at 8 hours from now, 10 hours from now. If you at work and you just say, well, by the time I get home, my clothes should be washed. Bam, you could do that. All right, so these are the options that you have as far as completely customizing your cycle. Modify any cycle, add any other options, or go back or select. All right, so this is what we're dealing with when we're talking about appliances, man. Fully loaded. All right, so here it says adding cleaning products. You do have a UR code you can scan. It says sort laundry, adding cleaning products, control panel, wash cycles, cycle modifiers, and options and extra functions. Adding cleaning products, it says using the ESDDI function. When the ESDDI function is turned on, the liquid detergent and softener are dispensed in the set amount at the appropriate time during the cycle. So this is one of the things that I want you guys to be aware of. You have to turn it on. I went out to a customer that bought a brand new wash machine, GE unit, and unfortunately they thought it was an issue with the soap dispenser because it wasn't dispensing. Come to find out, they just didn't have it on. Alright, so when you're dealing with smart dispense, most of the time, just from the appliances that I've been on and I see, you're able to turn it on and off. Alright, so that you can do it automatically or so that you can do it manually. So you want to make sure that you're familiar with that and know that is an option for you to choose from, to turn it on or turn it off. Alright, and it says a full detergent reservoir will last for about 18 standard cycles with the drum filled about halfway. Alright, so just really look at that, right? So you fully dispense it with the automatic dispenser or the ESDDI function, then allows you to have a standard of 18 cycles that you don't even have to worry about. You have to constantly keep adding detergent to it. You just fill your clothes in, hit start, boom, and let it go. Alright, it says the default settings are configured to dispense 1.5 ounce of detergent, 1 ounce 30 milliliters of softener for 11 pounds, 5 kilograms or normally soiled laundry. This can be changed using the default detergent dispense or default softener dispense setting for more details and additional settings. Alright, so we talked about that. Slide the detergent dispenser drawer out as far as it will go. Liquid fabric softener reservoir, main wash detergent reservoir. Alright, so you can see that. Alright, so it says pour the detergent softener into the respective reservoir up to the max line. Alright, it says the ESDispense drawer has 2 reservoirs. Put the liquid detergent into the larger reservoir and the fabric softener into the smaller reservoir. Again, it's labeled. You should not mess this up. One says softener, the other one says detergent. Alright, so you cannot mess it up. Use only what? HE detergents in the ESDdetergent reservoir. Like we said, you got to do that. Do not put liquid or powdered bleach or powdered gel or sheet type detergents into the ESDispenser reservoir. Alright, again, this clogs it up, damages it. So you want to use it according to what is recommended by the manufacturer. Remove any residential detergent on the outside of the ESDispenser drawer before inserting. Do not try to fill the reservoirs too quickly. Add detergent and softener slowly to avoid overflows. Alright, so that's good, especially if you're using the smart dispense. Alright, so you overflow it, it probably thinks there's already some in it, it might not let it out. So these are the things that, it's almost like you got to think like a computer would think in order to really operate your machines a little bit. Because you don't really want to throw the sensors off, because again, it only can do what you program it to do. So if there's an issue where it feels as though like, hey, it's too much soap in here, you added extra soap in here, then it's not going to dispense anything, and then your clothes are not going to be clean properly. Alright, so close the dispenser drawer slowly before starting the cycle. Slamming the drawer closed may result in detergent overflowing into another compartment or dispensing into the drum earlier than programmed. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that you got to think about. Just little things. Again, just take your time using it. A lot of the times when you're pulling out on these machines, the dispensers, they're easy and smooth to just operate and move, open and close. There's not a lot of resistance. Now, if it was a cheaper appliance, you might. But with a newer, expensive appliance like this, with all the bells and whistles, a lot of the things are a lot smoother for you to operate with. All right, using the manual dispense function. So here it is right here. To turn off the automatic dispenser, press the option button. Turn the knob to the detergent level or softener level and press the OK button. So so this is like your enter button, right? So this is how you do it. Like it says here, detergent level normal, right? Softener level. So you can do that. Turn them up a little bit or turn them down or adjust them however you would like. All right. You do have different options. So let's look at this real quick. One, it says the first one is the liquid Clorox bleach compartment. Number 2 says manually wash detergent component. All right, so compartment. I'm sorry. So that's how you actually use that. If you want to do it manually every time, or you want to use the smart dispenser, you just turn it on and just let it do its thing. All right. So that's it. Pretty straightforward there. Manual main wash detergent compartment. This compartment holds a laundry detergent for a main wash cycle. Either powder or liquid detergent may be used in this compartment. It says the detergent is added to the load at the beginning of the cycle. Always use high efficiency detergent when you use your washer. Liquid or powder colored safe bleach may be added to the manual wash compartment with detergent of the same type. Do not mix liquids and powder. All right, it says if you use a detergent that does not dissolve easily or detergent with high, that says viscosity, excuse me, viscosity, it will leave a residue and clog the dispenser. All right, so these are the things that you got to think about. Again, we're living in a world where some of us like using natural products, and there's nothing wrong with using a natural product. There's nothing wrong with using an off-brand product of a detergent as well. But you have to also keep in mind that it might not work, right? So it might work, it might not work, but you also have to use it in a way where you're actually looking at how it's operating and how it's how the machine and the detergent are working hand in hand in a sense, right? So if you feel as though you use it a few times and your clothes are just not clean, then you might need to go back to the traditional brand. But if it's working perfectly fine, everything is good, there's nothing clogging up, there's no issue, then I suggest continue using it. But you want to monitor it, you want to use it. You just don't want to say, let me use this because I've been using this on a previous machine for years, and now you got a new machine and you're expecting it to work. That's not how it works. Because if the machine is not accepting of it, then you can't use it. That's basically what it is. The machine is telling you that, hey, this is not working for me, and you have to pay attention to these things so that you'll be able to allow your machine to, let you know what's good for it and what's not, according to the owner's manual and everything else. All right, you have liquid bleach. You can get into all this stuff here. Just gonna get back to the video, right? So let that rock for a bit. Let's get back into the video. So that's the dispenser. So in times it can get clogged up inside of here, so you can clean that out a little bit, right? Take your time to get into it, make sure that it works, make sure it operates, stuff like that. That is really good for your machine, so you just want to do that. All right, normal. This is again, it's giving you the differences between the older one in comparison to the newer, updated digital display. This is a description of the laundry cycle. Right, so it tells you all that, some of the same options, same features. You're just going to turn it. It'll tell you DE1 was an error code to let you know the door is open. Now your machine is giving you the actual readout and using the words door open, open and close the door again. So this is what I said, as technology changes, it's gonna be specific. It's gonna talk to you in the same language that we communicate with. Because typically, if you look at a machine and you say DE1, you might think something is wrong with it if you're not familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? So now your machine is again a lot smarter in its operation and how it's built and the functions that it has. 1 hour wash, right? To add garments, right? So shows your cycle status, right? Big digital display so that you'll be able to see that. TurboWash power. Here go the 5 powerful jets, and this is one of the things that with the LG appliance, with the front loaders, depending on how they're made, they have a recirculation pump that allows water to pump right back into the machine using the water that's already there. This one has 5 different jets that allows the water to shoot on your clothes and really rinse them out, really wash them out properly. I'm used to them having 2. So they used to, like the older models had 2. So there's a jet on the left and a jet on the right, and they shoot water in this way. Now they added 5 different options to allow the water to come in. One, the door got to be sealed properly in order for that to operate and function properly. So I'm not sure if this is going to create any more issues with the door boot seal wearing down a little bit more or having to be more tighter, because now you're actually shooting water from 5 different options, and there's times that it might hit the door. All right, but I'm sure they think about all these different things, but if they don't, then of course you're going to have to call a technician to get it fixed. But it's a good option to have. Inverter motor controls current strength. Variable strength spray reaches. So that's it. So when we're looking at this appliance, one of the things that is recommended is of course cleaning the filter. Right, before you open the middle filter here, which is this big one, do not open that first. You want to start off with this hose first. You can see it right in here that's trying to teach you that as you do that. You want to try to clean this every few months, right? I would probably say maybe every quarter. I mean, it's 4 quarters, 4 quarters in a year. So you want to make sure you try to do that as often as you can, especially if you got pets and you got animals. If you got pets, you got animals, a lot of the times this function helps prevent your washing machine drain pump from getting damaged. Because what it does, all the hair and the lint from your animals and stuff like that clogs it up. The stuff that's inside your pockets, that damages it as well. So that goes through the machine, gets trapped on the impeller, and it spins and it trips the impeller, breaks it in half, damages it. If there's a coin, it beats on the impeller as it's trying to drain and spin. And like I said, you're looking to cause more issues. So the best thing to do is clean out this drain. So once you get a bucket or bowl, pull that hose out, take the top off, dump that water inside of there. Once there's no more water coming from the hose, then you go directly to this point here where it's the filter, right, where you can twist it to the left or to the right to allow, I would say it's probably more than likely to the left, to allow it to be loose. And then of course you might still have water coming out, so you still want to be careful with that as well, depending on where it is in your home, if it's in a pan, if it's in the basement, if it's on the floor. It's all different options. So you want to get towels and stuff to be able to help you out. And as you do this, it helps prolong your wash machine. There's so many times I go out to different customers' homes and the issue is that it's not draining. The drain is clogged. All right, you go out and you charge somebody almost $200 to let them know that, hey, I unclogged your drain. Unclogged your drain. So these are things that you got to think about. All right. So yeah. So see the hose. Right, so that's something there, twisting that out just like that after you do that, and that's how it's supposed to be. You take it out and unclean it. All right, so we try to show you everything we possibly can in these videos, man. And then you see you can the doors closing, a really nice appliance that you can see there. Let's see if there's anything else that we can look at. As far as the AI technology inside the machine, we can talk about that. LG ThinQ application shows to communicate with the appliance using a smartphone. You have your remote start. Again, you can start the machine, communicate with your machine with your smartphone, downloaded new and specialized cycles that are not included in the standard cycle in the appliance. Tub clean coach. Find how many cycles remain before it's time to run the tub clean cycle. All right, so this is an option here, which is really good. Again, I normally would stress that you clean the machine every 30 loads, but at the same time, you can have a coach. So your machine would tell you when it's time to almost clean your machine. And then you just go off of that, right? So this is why your machines are so smart. Again, another ping or notification on your phone that you got to listen to or you got to be aware of your machine, right? So just different options that's added if you want to be able to connect your phone to Wi-Fi. And again, you want to be careful with connecting your phone to Wi-Fi. Just like any Wi-Fi device that you connect to, you just want to be careful, man. You never know what people's intentions are, and they're not always good. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. So just be aware of that. Be aware of that. Energy monitoring. It says keep track of the washer's power consumption and how it's affected by your selected wash cycle options. Smart diagnostics, right? This function provides useful information for diagnosing and solving issues with the appliance based on the pattern of use. Good option to choose from. I mean, good options to have, so that if there's an issue with it, you could probably remedy the situation over the phone by speaking with LG, and they'll be able to help you instead of having a technician to come out where you got to pay for it. Push alerts. It says when the cycle is completed or the appliance has problems, you will receive a push message. All right, settings. Set various options on the appliance in the application. All right, so you do have some models with the QR code. Again, the appliance is scanning the QR code. Is going to have the Wi-Fi information on the decal of the appliance as well, right in the front as you open the door, possibly close to where the model and serial number is. You can look up that information that's going to be there. But again, you can scan your appliance as well, man. Really good option to have. We talked about to verify the Wi-Fi connect, check that the icon on the control panel is lit. That's option there. We talked about the ThinQ, disabling the smart manually, so you can do this stuff if you want to use that. Disabling the appliance, we don't have to really go into the remote start. It's self-explanatory. You use your smartphone to control your appliance. All right. So let's see if there's anything that I can go into as well. So this is how you really do the smart diagnostics, right by where the power button is, right? You put your phone next to that as you speak to the representative on the phone, and it could diagnose your appliance to find out what's wrong. So this is where we are. You got different maintenance tips that you can use as well. Cleaning the EZ dispenser drawers, taking the compartments out, washing them out a little bit. Here it is right here. So all this is going to be inside the owner's manual. We talk about another thing I did not mention with leaving the doors open as well. You want to leave the door open a little bit. Typically, LG has a you don't have to leave it open all the way, but there's a small device right at the door that's inside the door that allows you. It has like a magnet on it, so it allows the door to be cracked a little bit open. So that will help with fresh air getting inside the machine, and it doesn't create mold on the gasket. Give it some type of fresh air to circulate, because a lot of the times these doors are sealed pretty tight. And when they're sealed pretty tight, because again, you have 5 different jets that's coming through the machine. When your machine is operating like that and the water is coming and hitting on the door, it has to be sealed properly so it does not leak. All right, so that can cause an issue where it develop mold and your gasket start to stain and it starts to smell. So these are the things that you want to do to maintain your appliance. Again, all this is going to be in the owner's manual as well. We talked about the filter. We did not talk about the water valves in the back. So this is something that you can do periodically. Is there's times the water hose that is connected to the water valves, whether it's hot and cold, those filters can be clogged up. All right, so over time, if you had issues where it's not allowing enough water to come in, that's one of the things that you can check. You can see as far as a maintenance tip that you can use here, and that would help clean that portion of the filter. And most of the time when you clean it, then water is able to come in exactly how it should. All right, this is going to be in the owner's manual, man. So this is something that you can do. Use a toothbrush, cleaning it, cleaning the filter, because again, your filter can create odor. It can smell as well. And this is what I'm talking about as far as where the filters are, maintenances, disconnecting the hot water and the cold water hoses. These are things that you can do as customers to prolong your washing machine, man, to help you alleviate a lot of the issues that technicians sometimes come out to. Most of the times, the issues that we have are related to the same things over and over and over again. All right. It says when the drawer hose is frozen. So let me go back to the video, man. Of course, this is the functions and the features options. I'm your boy, Richie Rich. Again, this is LG, man. I'm out of here. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're going to focus on the price. How much it's going to cost you. Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. Either way, it's going to cost you. All right, so right now we're looking at the 5 cubic feet stackable smart front load wash machine in black steel with TurboWash 360 and ESDDispense by LG. All right, so right now we're on the Home Depot website, man. So originally you're looking at, for this particular appliance, $14.99. So you could just round it up to about $1,500. But right now they're giving you a 20% sale of $301, dropping the price to $11.98. All right, so if we round it up as well, you're talking about $1,200. All right, so this machine is fully loaded, got a lot of functions, got a lot of features. It can do a lot. It has the AI technology in it. So when you're talking about an appliance that's fully loaded like this, and it being a front load wash machine, the size of it as well, the color, ESDDispense, and of course the TurboWash 360 that's been implemented in this appliance is going to cost you some bread. So let's take a quick look at some of the competition, right? So same appliances in the same market, different brand, roughly about the same size. So when we look at this GE unit smart sapphire blue front load wash machine, or you have the smart front load wash machine in white with steam. All right, so this machine, the GE appliance could come fully loaded depending on the particular appliance. It all depends on if it has smart dispense as well. Some of the GE wash machine front loaders do have the smart dispense. But if you're looking at it, originally you're talking about $13.49. Right now it's on sale for $8.98. Same thing for the white one, $8.48. But I do want to let you guys know this appliance been out for a while. This GE front load wash machine been out for a couple years. So that will help with the price as far as it being lower than the LG. This LG wash machine probably been out for maybe about a year or so. So that does make a difference when it first come out, talking about sales and stuff like that. All right, let's see if we find something else. All right, come on, stop messing with me. All right, forget it. All right, so we saw, all right, so right now we have an Electrolux 4.5 cubic feet. Of Of course, that's smaller. The price you're looking at $9.98. Originally $13.49. This been out for a while as well. We did a video on that. You have your Samsung, which is a 5 cubic feet extra large capacity smart front load wash machine. This been out for a while as well. So if you're looking at the price, you're looking at $8.48. You do have a GE with a 5.3 cubic feet. All right, so this here has a bigger wash machine as far as the interior, putting your clothes in. Of course, the GE front load wash machine has the ultra vent system as well. But roughly you're looking at $11.98. All right, so comparing it to other front load wash machines at the moment, it's not on the same level, because you have to really understand, again, the options that you might have for this particular unit is superior to some of the other wash machines that we're comparing it to, and it's newer as well. So just keep that in mind. All right, the Best Buy, we're looking at of course, we talked about a 5.0 cubic feet, high efficiency stackable washer. $11.99. So again, $1,200. Originally about $14.99, about $1,500. Again, you can look here. They have an open box right in my local area that we can probably look at. It's dropped it down to $881.99. If you can purchase this particular appliance with an open box, I will grab that. I think that's a really good price, a really great price on this particular machine. Understanding that it's originally $1,500 plus tax, and now they're saving you about $300. Taking that off, so it's about $1,200. All right, so that's not too bad. All right, so now again, look at Lowe's, $11.98. So it's the same thing, $14.99, $15.99, saving you about $300. You're gonna spend about $1,200 for this particular appliance if you decide to purchase it. All right, so as far as an overall grade from us looking at this particular appliance, the overall grade is that we're gonna give it is a 3. And the reason why we give it a 3 is because it's just about standard prices that you're gonna spend for a wash machine of this magnitude, this size, this many options, this many features, all the capabilities, everything that it does, the color of it as well, everything that comes with it, the name being LG. Again, LG is a luxury brand, so when you're looking at this, you're gonna spend some money for it, man. So we're gonna give it a price grade of a 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so let's get to the rest of this actual review for this particular appliance. Alright, so this portion of the video, we're going to focus on the warranty, the manufacturer warranty. Alright, so when we're looking at this warranty for this LG front load wash machine, 5.0 cubic feet, we're talking about a limited warranty provided by LG. Of course, you do have the terms and conditions. You can see that directly here, the arbitration notice. This limited warranty contains an arbitration provision that requires you and LG Electronics to resolve disputes by binding arbitration instead of in court. Unless you choose to opt out, in arbitration, class action and jury trials are not permitted. Please see the section titled Procedure for Resolving Disputes below. Alright, so if you want to take it there, you can. But you are reading the terms and conditions as far as what is the arbitration notice that you and LG has agreed to. Alright, so we can actually go into the warranty, because that's what we're really focusing on as far as this front load wash machine. Understanding that you have a 1-year manufacturer warranty, parts and labor, internal function parts only, and labor for 1 year from the date of original retail purchase. Again, always keep your receipt. Always remember to register your appliance as well, so that it's up to date with LG's system, so they'll know that you just purchased a brand new appliance, so they can honor the 1-year manufacturer warranty. But it's mostly just for them to have you in their system, so if there's any issues, you can call them directly and they can send a technician out. It also gives you a direct drive motor or stator or rotor. Alright, so that's just the motor. Alright, it's the stator, rotor. It's a part of the motor. It has a 10-year warranty just on the part alone from the original retail purchase. It says you're responsible for any applicable lost cost, of course, labor costs, right? Then we can move on to the stainless steel drum. This has parts only 3-year warranty from the date of original retail purchase. You are responsible for any applicable labor cost, right? So yeah, so this is a pretty good warranty, man. I know Samsung warranty is similar to this, that gives you the washing machine. Of course, all manufacturers is giving you a 1-year manufacturer warranty, parts and labor. Sometimes they might give you a direct drive. It's on the decal of the machine, so you'll be able to check it out and see that as well. And this one is giving you a stainless steel drum 3-year warranty. Samsung also has the same warranty. They give you a 3-year warranty on that. I noticed that GE doesn't give you that. They normally give you a standard 1-year manufacturer warranty. Not sure on the motor or anything else as well. When I looked at it, it wasn't on there. So these are the things that you got to look at when you're purchasing an appliance. What is it that you're getting from the manufacturer outside of you paying this outlandish bill for an appliance? What are the functions and features? What can it do? What's the warranty, right? As far as if anything breaks and you need to call someone out. So this warranty is really good. It does supersede most of the warranties out there for a front load washing machine, man. So this is really good. As far as the arbitration part of it, again, it's inside the owner's manual. You can check this stuff out. You can open up the owner's manual. You can also scan it on the QR code on the washing machine. You can get a digital copy of the owner's manual. The owner's manual is gonna also be pinned in the bottom of the description box of this particular video if you want it, so you can upload it or whatever. But it's always most of the things that's not covered by LG. You can take the time to read that. We're not going to go into it. But if we're looking at this particular warranty, where we're talking about different things, let me see. All right, so that's mostly it. So again, if you want to check this out, go ahead and check that out. But when we're talking about warranty on a particular front load washing machine, LG is doing a really good job as far as the warranty. We really like the warranty, so we're going to give it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it a 5 as far as the grade that we're going to give the warranty portion of the video, man. And we're on to the next one. Peace. Alright, so for this portion of the video, we're going to focus on the parts. Man, how much is going to cost you to repair this particular appliance? If there's an issue with it, if there's no manufacturer warranty, what parts could be covered under the manufacturer warranty as well? We're going to show you that particular part. So we're going to dive into that a little bit so that you guys know exactly what it is that you're getting and how much it's going to cost you to repair it. Alright, so unfortunately for this particular appliance, we've checked everywhere. When we're talking about checking everywhere for this particular appliance, right now it is extremely difficult to find any parts for this particular appliance. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys just a couple of the appliance websites that we use, inserting the model number inside these websites, and basically I'm coming up with absolutely nothing. Alright, so that is not good. I'm not saying that the parts are not available, but right now it's difficult to find. So these are the things that you're going to have to consider when you purchase this appliance. This is something that we're gonna take into consideration when we're giving an overall grade as well, because that's not good. Again, I must go directly to LG website, lgparts.com, see if I'm able to find anything. And I'm not able to find anything on this 6700. There's different models that I can find, but I'm not able to find anything on this particular one. Alright, so that's going to be a problem. That's going to affect the overall grade, so we're going to give it a 0 for that, because we're not able to find anything. Doesn't mean that it does not exist. Doesn't mean that you can't contact LG, but right now we done used everything that we possibly could to find any parts on here. Later on they're going to probably have them or whatever, that we'll be able to look them up on different sites, but as of right now it's absolutely nothing. So we're going to give this a grade of 0. I don't know how you say it in Spanish, but we're just going to say 0. Yeah, keep it as that. So alright, so let's finish the rest of this video, man. Let's finish this joint up so we can get this done. Peace. Alright, so for this part of the video, we're going to give you an overall review to let you know exactly how we feel about this 5 cubic feet stackable smart LG washing machine in black steel with TurboWash 360 and ESDDispense. Alright, so let's get into that a little bit right here. So for the functions and features parts of it, let's get into that. One of my favorite parts to describe. Of course, we talk about the color or the finish is a black steel. All right, 5 cubic feet mega capacity. There we go. LCD digital dial control. Easy dispense, automatically dispense. It says just fill the reservoir once and you're set. LG, of course, America's most reliable brand. You do have a pedestal. You got smart enable features that you can use on this particular appliance. One of the things that stands out on this particular unit is the actual Turbo 360, where you're able to get 5 different you can say water dispense or water sprouts that sprout and spin and shoot water in 5 different places from the wash machine. Alright, so this is fairly new as far as the 5, but LG been having this in their wash machine for a couple years. It's typically normally 2, so there's one on the left, one on the right, but now they got the one on the left, one on the right, and then you have 3 up top that's shooting the water directly back into the machine on the clothes so they can clean properly. That's one of the things that I like. It also has the AI technology inside of the machine, right? So you can use those features, those handy AI technology features. You can select a cycle. It can know which cycle is best for you. Using the wash machine and the dryer where they can communicate. That's an awesome feature there. It does have remote start. It does have LG ThinQ app that can communicate, where you're able to manage smart appliances to make everyday life a little bit more easier, stuff like that. Again, having a ThinQ where you're able to communicate, getting notifications, starting your appliance from an app, all these different functions, all these different features. But like I said, what really stands out is the Turbo 360. It does have the smart dispenser we discussed as well. Smart dispensing is starting to be a lot more common in a lot of these upscale wash machines that you can purchase as well. So everyone is actually doing that. So that's not really as unique anymore. But the AI wash, again, AI technology that's being incorporated in everything that we do is starting to be incorporated in a lot of these machines. So if we're going to give it an overall grade, we're going to give it an overall grade of a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. All right, so again, let's go to the overall grade and let's wrap this thing up. For the functions and features, we're going to give it a 5. For the price grade, we're going to give it a 3. For warranty grade, we're going to give it a 5. And of course, for the parts grade, because we don't have any parts, 0. All right, so add those things up. You're getting the 13 divided by 4. It is a 3.25. All right, so this particular appliance, of course, we cannot recommend because there's no parts for it at the moment that we're able to find. Again, that doesn't mean there's no parts for you. You might have to contact LG directly, especially if it's under warranty. They'll be able to help you with that. But as of right now, we just cannot give this a high grade. We cannot recommend it. It's an awesome machine. I'm extremely disappointed in the parts aspect of this machine that we're not able to find anything, because if we was, we'll gladly recommend this appliance. But again, we cannot recommend it. Just gonna keep it 100 and make sure that you guys get real and transparent information from us. But yeah, I can't recommend it because there's no parts for it. So I wouldn't buy it at the moment, especially if it needs to be repaired and there's no parts. It does not make sense. All right, so other than that, I'm your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Support. You already know what we do, man. You help me, I help you, we both help each other. Till next time, don't forget, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. Peace.